I only have a couple new ones, so I'm going to do some old ones first. I guess, warm up. I'm going to start with the first one I ever did at Brew, and I actually wrote it maybe 4.5 years ago now, and I'm still really proud of it, so that's nice. It's called Broken Tupperware. Yes! So I've been eating plastic, feeling fantastically, drastically, practically abysmal in this lonely, lonely life full of hopeless see-through people that hate me. Can't really quite relate to me, and they say to me some things that I think that they must mean hatefully. I gratefully accept all the abuse and all the words that make me feel so jaded, and I believe them how absurd that in this tiny world I made up all alone in my head. All I can imagine is sickening with dread. And I lie in my bed, it's all made up and pretend. The scars on my legs are real, and I'm awake at 3 a.m. thinking that maybe one day I'll be a cut above the rest. I'll pass a test with flying colours, finally jump up from the nest. I'll be the best at what I do. I'll cure cancer and the flu. I'll be extraordinary, do more than anybody else could do. I'll discover how to get insomniacs to sleep. How to make this depression stop depressing me. I'll be the biggest and the best person that there's ever seen. Because I'm not going to let some stupid scars pull me down. Your words and weak punches won't keep me on the ground. I'm an inventor, a creator, a writer, and a fool. And you'll never keep me from coming back to school, so call me your names. Lock me in the bathroom, because one day my name will be written in the history books. And you'll be rotting in forgotten tombs, catacombs for little bullies that shatter me like glass, life pulled apart. I hope you regret how you stay me red. I hope you never forget how much you fucked me up. Drinking from a plastic cup, I'll pretend I'm 4 again. Because back then no one cared about my weight or whether or not I was straight. And I've been drinking pain, feeling faintly, daintily broken into pieces that I hope aren't nearly as broken up as all the lonely, lonely see-through people. Thank you. That one was quite uplifting. So let's do the opposite of that.
Naturally.
And do this one. This one's not got a name. So here we go. When they told me you were gone, tears came first. Feeling second, my heartbeat beckoning up, breaths that I stumbled upon. Breaths that went on too long, then too short, my blood rushing more than it ought. I've known panic attacks, but none like this. Gasp coming and a hiss snap crackling in my throat, cheeks soaked with crystalline. Months since the last time I let them fall. Just yesterday I'd heard you call me emotionally repressed. Said we're all depressed, but don't build up nests, homes, resting places for your demons in your head, Kai. He said, and now you're dead. I remember 3 years ago when we met, school corridor, 2 warriors. I called us borrowers of breath, your fingernails always dark with pencil lead, face freckled and spotted. When I said the marks on my arm were cat scratches, you nodded, never poked or prodded, soothed my wounds. With lips and charcoal-topped fingertips, you were fresh. Little boy with pretty eyes in a dress. On the weekends, you taught me how to wear eyeliner. Foundation to cover metaphorical shiners on our cheekbones, our gooey marrow, engraved with names and the same old pain from the first days at school. You taught me how to break the rules. Little bisexual rebel in a loose uniform, skinny arms and sharp elbows, with warm, itchy blankets at my grandmother's house in Spain, my head laid on your shoulder. You molded people into better shapes, made smiles in the place of frowns, turned my world upside down since the first day I called you Kaneko. My kittens smitten with each other, we were soulmates. No dates or backseat fumbled, no romance and the clumsy kisses left on my neck. No boy, just friend, no fleeting joy of love notes. You were all paper planes and playground games. Little insane match to the flame of each other. More sisters and brothers, closer than lovers, you'd stare. When I had my hands in your hair, never, ever, nothing ever. Softer than that gossamer silk brown, the soft sound of you singing along to shared earbud songs. Nothing wrong when you smiled and held me like fine china plates. Honey, you look tired today. My sweet boy with his body always pressed close, so fucking close like we're conjoined. And now I'm forever spoiled because no one gives hugs like that. Touches me like that, kisses me like I'm life-changing, a saving grace. We whispered promises to each other at bus stops, and I can't even be angry that they're broken. Because we always were, we went together like 2 broken pieces of glass. Impossible to put back together, 2 green-blue shards, but broken things complement each other so beautifully. I remember when you said to me that beautiful things don't last. Baby, love, honey, Kai, we aren't meant to last. Soaking in raindrops in summer, drinking Diet Coke, sat on swings, all my favorite things. You were flowers and bees without stings, the first bird that sings, love, oh love, don't leave. Don't know how I'm supposed to grieve when I still feel your fingers up my sleeve, touching my scars. For once I'd agree, men are from Mars, because you're otherworldly, like stars in my hands. Not cartoons, real broiling, hot suns, planets, moons, handfuls of space dust, hotter than last you were 15. That's all I could think, just 15, and like a daydream to me now, memories in half-full cups, because I've forgotten exactly how your voice sounded. Without you, I'm not pretty, not that pretty type of tragic you always were. Just mad and sad and bad at breathing when things get hard. Some kid with one half of a clockwork heart, just one shard of glass at a school-side bus stop, with absolutely no one I can whisper my secrets to. Thank you. And this is called My Dad Wears Dresses Sometimes. My dad wears dresses sometimes, one of a kind. Costumes and fairy wings to fly. Smoking weed in the time before I was born, went to riots and ignored the government. My punk-ass feminist reminisced of his schoolboy days to me. We discuss old ways, old songs, society right and wrongs. He's my confidant, my one-to-one hero role model. His anxiety at full throttle, his passion for music lighting fires in me, words full of bite and inspiring me, his passive femininity I admired and he always broke off, disagreed with society. My dad's so tall. He's like a giant to me. Big hugs so warm when I'm tired and he always listens. Of course he's not perfect, snapping and talking too much sometimes. Always with too much, not enough time on his hands. He demands, forgets that other people's have feelings. And I know when my mind's reeling with too many thoughts, my empathy has me wrought with frustration. He can assure me of faith in our nation. His constant love of community and humanity sees church as a cure for insanity, just a comfort. He's the chocolates I hid under my bed from my mother. The secret milkshakes we shared with each other. He's the happiest parts of being young. He's TV, while my mother is books and knowledge. He's movies, he's song. When I feel wrong and broken, my breasts weigh me down like tokens of something I'm not. I know I have him. Because my dad wears dresses sometimes. He wears makeup, wants to dye his beard something bright, a colour light enough to match him. My spark of a father, catching his breath in the middle of the night, still talking with me, way past his bedtime. My dad, who says my name with pride and stood with me in a boy's bathroom. My dad always laughing. Puns on his tongue like fireworks in our garden, one that flew in our rabbit's hutch, flown not at all close to the sun. My family has always been a beach. Beautiful with wide-reaching arms of scratchy sand and the itchy salt skin. My childhood holiday spot. Picture perfect, but too sunny, too hot. I've always burnt easily. And as much as I love the sea, my dad is my name's meaning. He's an ocean breeze. Because my dad wears dresses made of gossamer and silk, long seams bursting with butterfly light and iridescent rainfall. I've been short all my life. But my giant of a father, he makes me feel anything but small. So this one's called Butterfly Kisses. Because she's so far away from me. Laying in empty sheets, thinking of my smile across the sea, at least hopefully, she thinks of me. But in my mind's eye, 1,000 roses bloom bright, candles burn, and incense is heavy in the air. There's mountains and sunsets and curled hair, lilac and honey and vanilla bean. She's every beautiful thing I've ever seen. My perfect image, my little dream of a bumblebee. Buzzing for me, I wish that I could break free and channel the wind through my fingertips to bring you to my doorstep. I just want to breathe the same air. Letters and texts aren't enough to see me through. I miss you, that's the truth. And when it rains, I think of how I'd kiss you in it. The summer makes me itch and sweat uncomfortably. I think of you sat on brick walls, sharing my urban territory, sharing my space transdimensionally. The truth is I miss you and your face is in the wind. The street wall graffiti, the flutter of a bee's wing, everything is you and I and us and we, because she's so far away from me, laying in empty sheets. Thinking of my smile across the sea, at least hopefully, she thinks of me. I don't know if anyone here has ever wanted to get their breasts cut off every day of their life since they came, but this poem's about that. It's called Lumps. Lovely lady lumps? It was inspired by the Black Eyed Peas. That's now the canon. There are lumps. Bumps raise up blooms on my chest, rounded and full, there are lumps. Like sugar in tea, lacking the bite of bitter coffee, but far from sweet. Despite their weights, they flutter like birds, ravens and crows. Shuddering with the contempt I bear them, I wear them unwillingly. Feeling the pair burrow furrow between the gaps in my rib cage to devour my lungs and feast upon my organs. They both sing, the two whistling melodies rattling my bones, fumbling feathered fingertips over my marrow. Wolfing down mouthfuls of sweet, heady flesh, they drink my sweat, savouring the salt on their tongues. The sugar scents of sexual appeal swarming me, men look at my chest like meat to be served to them, full pieces of femininity. These lumps paint a picture of me. They create the identity that others see, a full-bodied woman in double G's, my gender signed, inky nipples on a dotted line, sore and aching back, the mottled rash below the flaps of skin, seen as utterly unflattering. This feral pack of wolves that worship my wondrous rack is sure you like big boobs, 34 Fs as buoyant as B-cups. They imagine balloons when in fact they're meat sacks that tug on my shoulders in and down, terrible posture to make my bones start to creak, and my raven, my crow still sharp beak, pointed at the ground, because, you know, gravity. I don't think that's too crazy a concept. You didn't really expect my two, may I say, fucking huge, breasts to droop, even a little, even a smidge, because I'm getting sick of those eyes rich and deep looking at me. Eyes up here, there's nothing to fucking see. I don't fit the bill and there's no thrill I can give you. So to the men who stare at the street, there are 3 things to say. 1, I'm not a woman anyway, so your misogynistic bullshit is utterly misplaced. 2, I love looking at boobs just as much as you do, but you don't see me giving the up-down look like they're like people are bait on a hook for me to nibble on. 3, even as you shout at me, show us your tits, I know you'd say I was nothing but a slut if I did, which leads me to this. I already hate my boobs for the skewed view they show of me. They hurt my body and my brain equally, and out there there's only harsh words they bring me, so I don't want to hear a fucking word of complaint when the surgeon finally takes a knife to them. When my birds can fly free, no longer able to feast on my liver and kidneys, I'll be on the road to recovery, finally a peace, with the pieces of meat on my chest, the lumps, bumps, raised up blooms, put to rest. It'll be the best day of my life. So even if you question my choices, trust me, when it comes to the lumps of my chest, I really don't have to think twice about getting a breast reduction. And it's that life is now, which when he says it is live et now. So that's what this poem is called, and that's what this is about. Logic is a plague to you, a painful part of agonizing anxiety that wrestles with thoughts, reasoning out the rest against overthinking. It reaches its own conclusions. Concise comments about the complexity, brevity always the champion of nuance, desperate for balance. It says you're never grey. The way logic sees it, you're glass rather than plastic. Sharp and steadfast and silent, shying away from violent things, protecting yourself from breaking your fine china limbs, your lifelike doll arms with fragile painted skin. When you wish you could be rubber, the lover that's free-spirited and valuable, to take risks is to be malleable, to find the beauty in taking chances, relying on the little things. Across the classroom glances and stolen kisses, swapped with small spread wings under the influence of narcotics. Anxiety may defy logic, but its true fight is against joy. Faith, love, laughter, life, that is found in the cracks between pavement slabs, in twists of ivy and bindweed that cling to chain-link fences in small, run-down estates of the inner city, in the stabbing pain of your left leg when you fell while dancing in the rain, in the forever-lasting scar on your lower lip when your foot slipped on the conservatory doorframe, in the sick days you faked when you were too scared of failure to hand in your homework, in the belly-aching laughs, choking on breath moments between happy and sad, when you're crying and can't find the reason. Life is there. Found in the moments between bad dancing in your kitchen and the pictures of kittens on your computer to look at on bad days. Life is the bad days. And logic's made you cynical, made happiness seem far away, unreachable, able to be touched but never held. And the hopeless wash of head over heels crushes seem like death sentences when you know you could never be loved, and logic holds its truth. So what? You may not be a hero, a soldier, or a knight, but you will win battles. Fights against those under-the-bed nighttime creatures that feature in your nightmares. Cut them down with nothing but grit and wild eyes. Your eyes will light fires in the minds of others. You, my dear, will slay mighty dragons. In your bedroom at 2 a.m. with nothing but scrap paper and a stolen pen. So happiness may be a fickle thing. Flighty as a bird and just as elegant on its wings, but nothing when compared to the warmth of accepting the days, being present in the turbulence of life, a bright swarm of algae that flows to the will of the sea, the waves, finding the loveliest parts of living, keeping that complexity close, never letting go of autumn color and springtime scents, because happiness is nothing in the face of the steady comforts of content. Live it now. Life is now.